Hey, it's Daniel. I'm in a funny hat. I'm sitting in front of a funny drum set. And today, what I'm going to do is, this is the second section of the Cusatis book. The first 2 pages are 4 through 6, and the moves we're doing, everything happens on one drum. So you're striking, releasing, going up, playing the same thing on another drum, right? Now we're going to take that motion, that stroke tap motion, and we're going to split each of those motions between the 2 drums. So if I strike here, strike, if I come up, now I'm going to come down here, strike, then I'm going to come back here and strike. And so what's going to happen is you're now going to be moving through, and your 8th notes are going to go to each surface. Now this is a big change for people. All right, they have a really hard time, well, at least in my experience, a lot of my students have a hard time with this move, because once you get this move down, then everything else in the rest of the book kind of makes sense.
Yep.
But this sort of big is a big leap. My student who's filming this can tell you exactly that.
Yep.
All right, so first we start, if you notice, all these exercises, this is page 8, 9, and 10, 7, 8, 9, and 10, are a bar of 8th notes and a bar of triplets. Just start with the 8th notes. And what you're going to do is, say this is the motion you generally have, okay? So say I'm now going to move, say this is my left hand, it's going to be most of yours right hand. I'm going to release here and then drop into my French here. You know that. However, in order now to get back, what I have to do is create another arc and a drop. And I have to just move between the 2 grips, okay? So the way this works is, say I set up here, and I come up and I'm going to drop here. I have to first drop just the way I would with a regular drop. But instead of stopping at the end of that, as soon as I strike, I'm going to, what I call, move through it. So I'm going to keep going in this direction and turn just a little with this French grip so that I can set up the next release. So basically you have to go right from the stroke into the release. Now the release in this case, if you remember, the release in the French grip was this, okay? But now we're moving too fast to actually let the thumb go. So what we're really doing is letting the wrist hang, okay? So after I strike, I immediately release and let the wrist hang. I come up immediately and turn. Now I'm set up to go back into the German grip. Now when I strike here, I'm going to play a stroke just like I did, good old-fashioned stroke. But as soon as I come down, I'm immediately going to release and move through it. So stroke, 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 stroke. You see how I move through, and go right into the next release. Now you can't release before you strike. You've got to come down and play a stroke flat, flat, just like Ted Reed right here. When I come here, flat, just like what we've worked on. But as soon as that stroke happens, release. Keep kind of going in that direction. So what happens is, it looks like you're making a figure 8. You see that? And really what's happening is, remember that what we're moving from here. It's this motion. So as I come through here, this elbow is in, I move through here, I turn. So what you want to do is practice this motion, feeling the release as soon as you drop. If you drop, there you are, arm is flat. Now release, drop, release, drop, release, drop. Notice, even though I'm moving side to side, I want to think about that I'm really just making this arc, and that there's a little bit of turnaround at the end, but what I'm not doing is this. That I don't want to do, okay? Drop, 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 drop. Then play the release, okay? You don't want to release until you drop. And turn just out a little bit, release. Move through it just a little bit, move through it just a little bit. Okay, so that's the basics. Now, when you go to the triplet, the second bar of each exercise, you're going to pick up the tempo, right? Because now you're putting 3 beats in the space of where there were only 2. So you're going to go faster, so you have to get smaller, lighter, and more focused. So now you want to imagine that there's a spot right in the center of each drum. We've been doing this since the beginning, but it's especially important now, and you're going to just focus on landing on that spot. So you don't want to come all the way out here and do this. You want to come here, right? So say I'm playing the 8th notes. 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, So now you add the feet. Sorry. So I'm going to go a little faster on the whole exercise now. I'm doing it wrong. One, sorry. 1, so same thing here between these guys. Same thing here. You can either go German, or you can go German, French. Again, as you drop, move through it, and then feel that hang. And come back, move through it, feel that hang. So you're moving like this. Your figure 8 is going this way. But you don't want to come too far in this direction. Still think about your arcs. Traditional, well, left hand is going to look like this. French over here. Here. Okay, the basic idea is that the faster you get, say you're going to start picking up the tempo, what's really happening is that this is what's happening. The wrist is just flopping, and you're just moving in this kind of figure 8 type of a motion. All right, so that's 7 and 8, and then we'll do a separate video for 9. But that's the basics of 7 and 8.